Thank you very much. Me, from this brief exercise, I've learned something. For example, we may have a community. The community has got resources around, but it's unaware of how to use the available resources to solve its own problems. Instead, it tries to run away from that. Like my friend was running away from the village to the town, and yet he has the timber, he has free will, he can use the available resources to solve his own problem.
Great. So, someone...
I think for me the thing I take away is the simplicity of the resources that we have used to go through this. Because one of the challenges that probably as a director you have, we've been thinking, how are we going to do these innovations and, you know, the budgets and things like that. Those are the
So no more budgets?
No, no. Professor, that's not exactly what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. It's just that it has come to me that, in fact, we can accomplish a lot using the HR resource. Yeah, so you still need a budget for your HR. But we don't need to have these big, expensive gadgets and things like that that normally one would think of. When you want to put together an innovation center, what do you need? I mean, I would not have thought of post-its. Yeah, but now I know you need plenty of post-its. Yeah, so that's the simplicity that I like.
The simplicity of the quality of the ideas you get, if you take it as a ratio of the bigger resources,
energizing. Yeah. Sort of like people start now bringing, there's a stage where you reach, and people are bringing ideas, trying to think, and which might not happen when you are alone. You might get bored and give up on the whole.
How many of you had a little bit of a flashback to when you were 7 years old? Did anyone have that? Yes, right? How did it feel?
Yes. Great.
Yeah, it was fun, wasn't it? That's the thing.
Listen, I came back in after lunch.
By the way, I have in a workshop, I was teaching a workshop to CEOs, but it was all these CEOs who were ex-Stanford grads, and that was the day that they had brought their kids to work, kids to school, to campus as well. I had the kids come into the class and I pit the CEOs against the kids. Same problem. You know, to use the American term, whoop their ass. Right? They were so much better, right? And it's actually, we have this creativity, but we learn not to use it, right? So you had a...
No, I was just going to say, for us it was, we had quite a lot of backwards and forwards on the system. And what I take out of it is that whatever you do, I think a prototype is only as good as you will try it. So you'll go backwards and forwards, you'll try, you'll play around with it, but then somebody else comes in and points out something and you say, you know, but I should have pointed that out, so, or I should have thought about it. So I think it's just the beginning of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I look at it, this is what I'm taking away, that unlocking your mind is the easiest thing.
Exactly.
Provided you just have an outlet, because we started off from this group. By the time we reached here and said really the prototype, didn't know how much unlocking of the mind came in, because everyone now came in rushing, you know, add this, add the other, and so forth. So it's very easy to unlock the mind.
It is.
One thing that I've learned is the also importance of teamwork, just as you said. And I also have, I know that prototyping is one of the design techniques. Probably maybe one of the design techniques we're going to be learning this class. And we have seen a lot of interesting features and advantages of using prototyping. But maybe this can be maybe food for thought for all of us. Maybe what are the challenges or what are the disadvantages of using prototyping?
So, okay, is that something we should all think about that collectively, but let's...
Benny, what I wanted to take advantage to ask you was when you presented prototype and when we worked it, I understand the application of prototypes better for the level of products and for the world of science and technology. And I understand it less better when we're talking about services and when we're talking about policies and when we're talking about the rollout of trade policies or pricing policies, or in the case of Uganda, wildlife management and protection policies. And how do you prototype real system reorientation, which is different than some of the innovation challenges we're talking about?
It's a good point. So the thing is, emergent phenomena are things that you can't quite see in your head as to how the interactions are going to happen. It's a little bit like a traffic jam. If you have you have a highway and everybody is driving fast, one person decides to slam on their brakes, right? 2 hours later, you'll still find a compression zone. That person has sped away, but there's an emergent property, which is the traffic jam that has been created by one person doing something stochastic like that, right? So there are emergent properties that come out of complex systems that are really, really hard to foresee, right?